The angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon and said, "Mighty hero, the Lord is with you. Go and rescue Israel from Midianites. God is sending you." "But how can I rescue Israel? My family is the weakest in the whole tribe, and I am the weakest in my entire family." "God will be with you, and you will destroy the Midianites as if you were fighting against one man. Show me a sign to prove that this is really what God wants." "Put the food on this rock." Gideon realized that the man he was speaking to was the angel of the Lord. Gideon then believed everything he was told and followed everything God had commanded. Gideon gathered all the men he could, but God said it was too many and told Gideon to send some of the men back home. Whoever is timid or afraid may leave and go home. God said it was still too many. So God had all the men go to the spring and drink water. Some drank water with their hands, and some drank with their tongues, like dogs. God had only 300 men who drank with their hands to stay to fight, and had the rest of the men return to home. Those who drank water with tongue may return to your home, and only the ones who drank with hands may stay. "Gideon, get up and go down into the Midianite camp, because I have given you the victory over them. But if you are afraid to attack, go down to the camp with your servant and listen to what the Midianites are saying. You will be greatly encouraged, and you will be able to attack." When Gideon looked down at the Midianite camp, there were too many to count. It looked like a swarm of locusts, and their camels were like grains of sand on the seashore. "I had this dream, and a loaf of barley bread came tumbling down into the Midianite camp. It hit a tent, turned it over, and knocked it flat." Your dream can mean only one thing. God has given Gideon victory over Midian and all its allies. Get up, for the Lord has given you victory over the Midianites. Fight for God. Fight for Gideon. When the 300 Israelites blew their ram's horn, God caused the enemies in the camp to fight against each other. God had given the victory to Gideon and saved Israel. What book of the Bible tells the story of Gideon? Judges. What group of people were oppressing the Israelites? The Midianites. Who appeared to Gideon? The angel of the Lord. When Gideon was told to save the Israel, what did Gideon say about himself? My family is the weakest of the whole tribe, and I am the weakest of my entire family. When Gideon gathered army to fight, God had many of them go back home. How many men were left with Gideon? 300. How big was the army that Gideon and his men had to fight against? Too many to count. It was so big that it looked like a swarm of locusts, and their camels were like grains of sand on the seashore. God said to Gideon that he will make the fight easy. How easy did God say it will be? As easy as fighting against one man. How did God bring victory to Gideon? God made Midianites and all their allies to panic and fight against each other.
Hello everyone! I am very thankful that you have joined me today. I pray that God will bless your heart through His Word. Today, we are going to learn about Gideon. God had called individuals as judges to lead and guide His people according to His commands. When the Israelites were oppressed by the Midianites, God calls Gideon to save His people. When God called Gideon and told him to go and rescue the Israelites, do you think Gideon said, "Yes, I will go"? No. In fact, it was very opposite. Gideon said, "How can I rescue Israel? My family is the weakest of the whole tribe of Manasseh, and I am the youngest and weakest in my entire family." It sounds like Gideon was not confident to go and rescue the Israelites, but he was confident that he is weak. He actually says he is the weakest of the weakest. Gideon also had many doubts, so God let him know that He will be with him. And God also told him that fighting the Midianite army will be as easy as fighting just one man. Gideon was from the weakest family of the whole tribe, and the weakest of the entire family. So Gideon probably thought, "God, are you sure you're calling the right person? Because there's no way that I can save the Israel." Do you ever feel you are weak? Do you ever feel you're not good at anything? Somewhat like Gideon, I don't think very highly of myself. I don't think I'm smart. I don't think I'm good at anything particular either. I make this video every week, not because I have great skills, and it is nowhere close to perfect. And I still feel weird talking to the camera, but I still do it because God wants me to. When it is God who wants you to do something, it means God will give you everything you need to do it. I can make the video every week because God gives me the strength that I need. Gideon was the weakest of the weakest, but God gave him the strength and the power. And with just 300 men, Gideon had the victory. The Midianite army was many times bigger, but God made them to fight against each other and really made it as easy as fighting just one man. Today, the world is teaching you that you need to be stronger, and it is shame to show your weaknesses. But your weakness is not bad, nor a shame, because God says that His power works best in weakness. My grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness. God is our Creator, and we are His creation. We are weak without God, the Creator. But when we are with God, He gives all the strength and power that we need. Remember, God's power works best in weakness. Don't feel ashamed of your weaknesses, but ask God and allow His power and strength to work in you and show through your weaknesses.